You know, I'm gonna be honest. I don't even believe in clowns. Like, I've never really seen. Huh? Oh, you started. Oh, my bad. Oh, sorry. Hello. We'll finish that up. Um, yeah. Welcome into my mind. Um, um, I usually don't let a lot of people in here. First of all, I usually don't even let a lot of thoughts in here. It's a very unbusy place. But I thought, you know what? Today I'm gonna make it busy, and I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek. Um, so yeah, follow me. So yeah, come on, let's go. First of all, I wanted to go to the motivation section. I kind of want to explain why I was so motivated to make this album. And afterwards, I guess if I read the map right, we'll go to the memory compartments, and I'll explain a bit about what my songs mean. This part of the video is more for myself. It's going to be aimed to myself for the future. But I mean, you can stick around. Actually, you have to stick around. It's my birthday, so you don't really have a choice. Oh, look. Stick around. Ah, hey, we arrived. How about that? All right.
If you wanna
Okay.
be with me, baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle.
No, it says-
you gotta rub me the
says-
right way.
No. It left at the cat picture museum. No. It says left at the cat picture museum.
You're left
Uh-huh.
behind. No, you are.
Yeah-huh.
Thanks for wasting my time.
Yeah-huh.
No, you are. That's
Alright, I guess that must be it then. Might want to stop the broadcast in case this is another door. So yeah, I will now be asking a few different employees of this department why I actually made this album, and hopefully we'll get, somewhat of an idea. Alright, so follow along. So, Elias, why did we make this album? Yeah, it makes me happy. It's literally free dopamine. I'd say get into it, Yeah, it's fair. It's fair reason. No problem. So yeah, why did we make this album? Yeah. No, I just remember watching a video when I was younger of old people talking about what they regretted, and something that I noticed was most old people actually regret what they didn't do, like more than the things that they did wrong. And I believe great art comes from pushing the boundaries, but I also believe that to get to the boundaries, you first have to make the mistakes. And I guess this album was might have been one big mistake, but I learned a lot from it. So I'm happy I did make it. Yeah, you know. Who's that? Oh, you mean it doesn't work here? don't don't gotta ask me, man. I can't. Alright, fuck. Why did we make this album? Carry the fucking boats. Okay. Hold up. Give it a sec. Okay. I know what you're thinking. Alias not again. It's my birthday. Okay. I'm making this video. I can choose whoever the fuck I put in here. Okay. If I put in a David Goggins reference, I'm putting in a David Goggins reference. If you want an apology, wait till tomorrow. Today's my birthday, right? Don't click away. Stay. I remember listening to this audiobook at the beginning of this year. I didn't really expect much. I honestly just bought it because I forgot to cancel an Audible subscription, and then I just had 2 free books. I picked Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, and one of the things that David Goggins does to motivate himself is he has this mental cookie jar, and there he puts in his best moments. And so every time he needs it, he just goes to his cookie jar and thinks about moments where he acted like the man he wanted to be. And you know what? I guess this album thing is a vote cast in the form of a mental cookie for the person that I want to be. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could stick to a project I didn't really know too much about, even if there's no reward at the end besides what I made. And so now for the rest of my life, if I have anything similar to making an album, I'll know that, shit man, if I really want to, I could. And I do genuinely hope whoever's watching this that you can pull memories together where you acted like the person you want to be. I don't know how other people see making an album. I'm certain a lot of people don't find it a meaningful goal. But here's the thing, this album wasn't made for other people. This album was made for myself. Yeah. But I do hope it inspires at least one person to try something like this for themselves. It doesn't have to be writing an album. It could be just writing your first song. You know, that's a great big step. Making a video game or writing a book. It can be anything. Yeah, that's about it for me. I don't know if you still need me to answer something. Alright, stay hard. So yeah, the restrictions. And I feel like restrictions are very important in any kind of creative process. And to make sure you stop bouncing around at a certain point. It helps me personally to be able to focus and to actually get something finished, because that was the biggest fear. To myself that I was gonna start an album and then just not finishing it. But yeah, I finished it, so I'm happy. These are the restrictions I used, so you get a bit better of an idea of why my album turned out as it did. I'm gonna read them out because I wrote them down. Yeah. First one is, okay, Elias, because we don't have a lot of time, only write love songs because they are the easiest to write. And they are the easiest to write. If you want to get into songwriting, I highly recommend getting started with love songs. Or at least for me personally, they just go. And the second restriction is, when you listen to this album in 50 years, I want you to automatically paint a picture of how it was being yourself these past few years. What the fuck? Okay, that's kind of... The third one is, don't pay too much attention to mistakes. Perfectionism hasn't gotten you anywhere. And I believe it's important to do your best for things. But for me personally, it was more important to get an album finished than to get a good album. Chances are that I wouldn't have been happy with my first song, and I would have just kept reworking it if I didn't explicitly write out this restriction. Also, I have brought the 3 brain cells in here who are responsible for making these restrictions. And I just wanted to say a wholeheartedly, suck my dick. This is the dumbest combination of restrictions I have ever seen. These are contradicting. I'm not gonna lie. But okay, whatever. Fuck it. I don't care. How did this conversation go? Can you give us an idea? Hey guys, I really want this album to paint a picture of how it was to be me in my teenage years. And then he went, we didn't have too much time, so we said, we only have 6 months. We're gonna have to write a lot of songs quickly. So I suggested, hey, maybe we should make love songs because they're the easiest to write. And then he went on the lines of, yeah, and if he can't fulfill these very specific, somewhat contradicting restrictions, we'll make him not like himself that much no more. And we agreed. That was what we did. Get out. No, Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the quiz part of the video. This part is more aimed towards myself from the future, but by the off chance you are not actually Elias from the future, you can still watch this video, but I would like to say, from the deepest part of my heart, my condolences. I realize it's not that easy not being Elias. Alright Elias, if you don't remember any of these song meanings, that's no problem. I tapped out an example in my script, and hopefully this will refresh your memory. Hopefully this will make you realize where you have to look in your memory. Own Me. That is not an instruction. That's the song title. Don't own anyone. Pretty sure it's illegal these days. This was a song you wrote in the past that made you realize, oh, actually, these restrictions are pretty possible to follow. The song was written with Team Fortress in mind, because you spent a lot of time in that game, you fucking dork. And it meant a lot to you growing up because you weren't allowed to go to sports clubs or art clubs. Very sad, I know. It says here that as a kid, it was very nice to have something to become better at and something you could build upon that had a community. That's kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you need a hug. You know what? Actually, there you go, buddy. It's all good. It's all fine. I don't judge you. I don't judge you. I'm you, so how about that? It says here you stopped playing in 2016, but found the concept of putting a lot of time into something and then abandoning it, something that you associate with your teenage years. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, the song makes you think of all the things you put time in, but don't do anymore. Elias, I hope that refreshed your memory, so you can have at least half of these questions. If you get at least half of these questions right, you know what? You did pretty alright. Chances are you don't have to take the songs at face value. Now let us begin. The first song is called Always Late, or an old title, Lisa Got Hit by a Truck. What did this song mean to you? Well, if you answered, this song makes me think of all the times I spent cycling back home at night and just being alone on the road. It's a vibe. And I believe, I'm reading this, and I believe that as soon as this is not part of my life anymore, it will be a memory that I cherish. The same way I cherish memories of bus rides back home from school. What the fuck? Additional comment saying, Megan by the Smoking Popes is for you personally the definition of bus ride vibe. And the story of Megan and Always Late is pretty similar. Wow, that's very sophisticated and interesting. Crashed and Burned. The next song on the list. I'll give you 1 second to answer. The second is over. I hope you answered. A song about overthinking. Something you used to do a lot. It says here. Are you okay? Because like, if you can talk to me. I mean, you already talked to me. I'm you, but it's okay. I don't judge you. The next song. Forever Dancing. What do you think it meant? Oh, by the way, whichever Elias edits this, make sure to cut that part out because I'm pretty sure it was so spot on. We're gonna get DMCA'd. If your answer is, I used to play a lot of CSGO. I got a lot of fun memories playing around in that game with friends. That one time you played in the tournaments. This is not a complete sentence. What the fuck? Listen to this. The song just reminds me of playing games with friends. You heard it here, folks. This song just reminds me of playing games with friends. Hey man, okay, whatever. This is fun. The next song on the list is called How Are You Feeling? How are you feeling? That's like your second banana. What the fuck? Why are you not wearing a shirt? Okay, don't answer me then. I don't care. Anyway, how are you feeling? What does this song mean to you? You wrote down? This song is pretty old. And it's about being sick and realizing that people care about you. Like literally, you have friends that could help you through this. Like you didn't have to make an album. Also, am I the only one that thinks music sounds a million times better when sick? Like, Ghost on the Dance Floor by Blink-182 was an alright song. But I heard it once when I was sick. And now it just hits different. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but goddamn do I love that song now. I do love that song now. That's all I can say about that. maybe I should have read what I've written down, and not just done it in the heat of the moment. But hey, as long as you get an answer similar to these, fine by me. The next song is called Mars Girl. What does this song remind you of?
My heart is racing.
Time.
I can hear the silence being shattered by sirens.
Alright, I've given you time.
Is a small call to make for your love.
Mars Girl makes me think of the times I really wanted to go to the Philippines, but it got called off at the last second. Yeah, Mom, what's up with that? Fucked up. Anyway, it also makes me think of the time I went to Hungary alone, and my worries on the bus trip there. Things like, am I going to fit in? What if I do something culturally not accepted there? Actually, okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent because I think these stories are pretty funny, and I might as well go for it. Like, yeah, fucked up. We drove past the bridge, and then, like, I asked, do people jump off of this bridge? But I meant it as in, like, for swimming, like, I didn't realize at that point that people died once they hit the water. I just thought it was like Minecraft, where as long as you had one molecule of water, people didn't die. Okay, I didn't think that it was hyperbolical, but you get my point, and I thought, oh, that would be a nice place to jump off in the summer, just, to get a good swim in. And then the car went silent, and they were like, oh, and then they just answered, yeah, people jump off. It was like, oh, that's pretty cool, like in the summer. And they're like, yeah. So that must have been like a bad impression. Song Nephilim. What do you think that song meant to you or means to you? Let's go to the answer. Nephilim makes me feel grateful for the people I've met that have inspired me. I wrote this because one of the coolest friends I have likes to write stories, and I like reading them. This song is just one of her stories being put in music form. I recorded it and wanted to release it as a standalone kind of thing, but then I realized it totally fits into the album. Thanks, Natalie.
I'll be back in a lifetime. You know that ain't a long time for us.
Love you, bitch. Here, sorry, I called you bitch. Also, this is Natalie without an H, but Natalie with an H.
Just
will be
hear me
named
for a
later in the
second,
script.
and you'll see I'm not
There's that.
for a lot.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, and I really appreciate you. Also, I still have the bag of my hair I wanted to send you. I don't know if you still want it. Thank you, Natalie. Next song, No Matter How Hard I Try. That's actually the title. That's how it's written. Like, the Troy is like, I'm not, whatever, it doesn't matter. What does this song mean to you? Yeah, good answer. You fucking nailed it. I wrote this song while going out, exploring and cycling around with a friend. And this song reminds me of me exploring Belgium and the summers I spent taking random trains and seeing where I landed with one of my best friends. I really should have done a second draft. I'm so sorry. I hope you didn't get a stroke. Actually, I'm not sorry. It's my birthday. You apologize. Shout out to what? Shout out to what? When I listen to it, it brings me back to walking around on yard sales and looking for these things. What the fuck does these things mean? It's the only love song I wrote on my adventures, so this is the one I put in. Very cute. Very cute. But Elias, you lied here. I'm pretty sure you didn't write this in a summer. I'm pretty sure you wrote this in an autumn. I'm calling you out. No. Next song, Own Me. I already explained this one at the start. You don't get points for this one. Sorry. Next song, Songs of the Summer. Alright, and I wrote down here, Songs of the Summer. It makes me think of my parts. What the fuck? It makes me think of parts of my summer back in my early teens where I just hid away from the world. Are you okay? and was waiting till school started again and feeling sorry for myself. There were good things happening, but I kind of got used to being sad, and doing fun shit was so far out of my comfort zone that I just didn't. You know what? You didn't write the good part of this down, and I think it's very important to keep a bit of optimism. Because of these years, I got a bit more direction. Because of these years, I know at least one thing, and that's that I don't want to waste my life. So, there's good and bad, there's bad and good, yin and yang. Right, the next song is called Sure. Alright, Sure. Sure makes me think of how directionless I used to be, and sometimes still am. I kinda like how I wrote this song. The structure is unique, I think, or at least for me. I should have done a second draft. I'm so sorry if you're sleeping right now. I sing about the struggles of being directionless, and I realized it wasn't a love song. So I just made it a love song in the most lazy way possible. Right, here's another comment. This was the first song I wrote for the album. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I'm pretty sure I put the restrictions afterwards. The restrictions for the album afterwards. So then I made it a love song. Kind of sells the directionlessness even more. I noticed that whenever I make a new file and have it saved, I call it things like affirmative, sure, yep, yes. And that's why the title is also so directionless. Yeah, so I guess if you answered anything with the word directionless in, I guess you get a point. Good job. That was the 10th song. Now the next song is called Who Do You Think You Are? And it's the last song I wrote for this album. This song was written with school in mind, especially this last semester. It's more broadly about being stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in, but not really knowing how to get out of it. Special thanks to Natalie with an H for this one. I appreciate it. I don't know what other song I would have put in here. Maybe something less meaningful, but this fit very well. I really appreciate it. Thank you. The next song and last song is called Yes.mp3. What do you think the song meant to you? Yes, that might be true. This is the last one. So after this, it's goodbye and farewell for presenter Elias and whoever's watching this. You know what? I really appreciated our time together. Anyway, Yes.mp3. I wrote this song as a way of asking someone out, because I have no clue how you'd go about doing that in a normal way. I know. Cute. Sheesh. She said no. But what this song means to me. If you were a person I felt comfortable with between 2017 and 2020, chances are this is how my songs I will have sounded like. I picked the bad letter thing. I can read, I promise. It is annoying. It's done in one take, but I feel like the shitty quality makes it a bit more genuine. This song reminds me of all the songs I made in this fashion. How Are You Feeling also had this 2 weeks ago, but I decided on changing it, just to make this one seem more intentional. Wow, I'm, playing chess out here. I think this is the first song I really shared with people I didn't know, just because I wanted to get as much feedback as possible, because I wanted to make sure I didn't make her feel uncomfortable. And the support and compliments of this action made me realize that maybe, just maybe, just maybe, making music and sharing it isn't that bad of an idea.
I'm sorry if I come on too strong. I just don't know how to ask this without singing a song. So here's my shot.